colourfully dressed board gamer beams at you, but even though his expression is ostensibly friendly, something about his energy is a little off. His smile is a little too wide, his stare a little too intense. You feel rather like a mouse that's just been spotted by a bored house cat.
Why a gee-gosh golly and a hi-de-ho! I'm Parker, the board games, and away we go! Hi there! I do love meeting new people to play with. And I do need new people to play with these days. I'm awful lonely up here in the big ol' attic. But you seem like a nice sort of gal already. Maybe you could be my next relationship. Would you like that? Oh boy! Well, if only it were up to me. You see, my whole deal with relationships has to do with rules. I love rules. If you want any sort of relationship with me, good or bad, we have to go through the rules. Want to hear them as they pertain to me? As they pertain to my whole deal and how this is going to turn out? Glorious! In order to achieve a relationship with me, you must play these board games 3. If you beat me or unseat me, more chances for love will greet thee. At the end, I roll a die to achieve a status. This, in the end, will be our dating apparatus. Ultimately, yes, but your actions during each game can change the weight of the die. The more you win, the more chances to love me. I'm falling in love with you. Just kidding. Only the final roll will tell me how I feel about you. Meet me here next time for our first game, Sandyland! Wowee! Hello and welcome to Sandyland. A magical beach-themed board game awaits us as we venture through the traffic to the parking lot to the Sandy Kingdom where beachgoers frolic among ice cream and sunscreen. Would you like to hear the rules? Both of our pieces are at the starting spot, home. There are 12 spaces in between here and the Sandy Kingdom, some with different rules. Each turn, we both spin a spinner to determine how far we go. Then, after landing, we follow the outcome. First one to the sandy shores wins the game! What color would you like to be? Okay, sure. The pieces are all set up. I'll be the banker and the rule tender. We are both at home. Shall we race each other to the beach? It's your turn. What will you do? You spun a 1. You're on the first space. Traffic. Tough to get out of. My turn. I spun a 1. I'm on the first space. Traffic. Tough to get out of. Looks like it's back to you. It's your turn. What will you do? You spun a 1. You're on the second space. The parking lot entrance! With the high fees at the beach, you'll have to move back 1 space, I'm afraid, to find a better price. My turn. I spun a 3. I'm on the 4th space, getting stuff out of the car. Good thing I brought the sunscreen. Looks like it's back to you. It's your turn. What will you do? You spun a 4. You're on the 5th space. Hot sand! The intense heat on the soles of your feet caused you to run forward 3 spaces. My turn. I spun a 4. I'm on the 8th space, the perfect spot. Now to set up my blanket. Looks like it's back to you. It's your turn. What will you do? You spun a 1. You're on the 9th space. Loud music family. You're set up next to a family blasting tunes. Looks like you'll have to go back 2 spaces to find another spot. My turn. I spun a 1. On the 9th space. Loud music family. I'm set up next to a family blasting tunes. Looks like I'll have to go back 2 spaces to find another spot. Looks like it's back to you. It's your turn. What will you do? You spun a 2. You're on the 9th space. Loud music family. You're set up next to a family blasting tunes. Looks like you'll have to go back 2 spaces to find another spot. My turn. I spun a 1. I'm on the 8th space, the perfect spot. Now to set up my blanket. Looks like it's back to you. It's your turn. What will you do? You spun a 4. You're on the 11th space. Notifications off. You're almost to a perfect Sandy holiday. My turn. I spun a 4. I made it to the Sandy Kingdom. I win. Woohoo! I'm the best. Thank you. That's 1 victory for me. The relationship die stays the same then. There's still hope for you, though. Come see me next time for the ancient game of chess. Bye-bye. Welcome to the abode of mysteries, where today we will play the ancient game of chess. First founded as the Indian game known as Chaturanga before the 600s Anno Domini. That's year of our Lord Christ! It traveled throughout space and time to reach us today as the most popular board game of all. The game used to have elephants for pieces, but now it's like bishops and stuff. Do you know how to play? That's great! Saves me an explanation. I have the pieces set up right here. You can be white, I'll be black, which means you go first. This is the style of play that I would categorize as normal. But what if I attacked you like so?
Parker pushes his knight far out into the playing field, seemingly completely undefended.
All right, so you didn't fall for my opening trap. I have more tricks up my sleeve.
Parker plays chaotically, filling your position with wild sacrifices. One such sacrifice leaves a set of his pawns doubled up on the same file, one in front of the other. His tactic-filled play also leaves his king wide open, easy to attack. Quietly, simply, you begin to bring your pieces one after the other upon the pawns that are incapable of defending themselves.
Ooh, that's not very nice.
Parker puts his queen next to your king in a very threatening manner, maintaining eye contact with you all the while. He does not blink.
Ha! That was the bait!
Parker proceeds to wipe the board with your pieces, outplaying you move after move.
That was the best move you made all game. Well, I accept. That's what they all say. Anyway, you don't get any extra points towards my love. Pity. Soon we will will find out whether that plays out well for you. I will see you next time for an ever so complex game with many of my beloved rules. Today, we will be playing a popular and complicated game. This is a game in the Eurogame tradition, one of resource allocation, worker placement, and cooperation between players. It's based on the 20th century dairy wars between England, France, and Belgium, called Cream Capitalist. We will both attempt to outproduce the cream that the other is attempting to make. Would you like to hear the rules? I'm so excited to speak for a very long time!
Parker does indeed speak for a very long time, spending roughly 45 minutes going into excruciating detail about the different rules and sub-rules for each scenario, including the expansions which, as far as you can tell, aren't being used.
I'll play as Belgium, which has a +3 bonus to currency exchange, which means you can be either England or France. Which will you choose? Huh, that's definitely a bad move. In the Cream Capitalist Championships, England is well known to be at a disadvantage because of the cow wandering exploit. Think of the exploit! Begin!
Parker distributes the pieces, a 10-minute process. You receive 5 cards with various types of cream-making machinery on them, 6 bulk cooling tank pieces, 24 cream maker worker pieces, a pasteurization token, and 8 or 9 things you can only describe as shapes. Though the rules are intricate, they are no match for your intellect and resource-mongering capabilities.
I'll go first so you can see how a turn usually goes. It consists of 5 phases.
Parker does a mathematical dance between placing workers, spawning new factories, and gathering new resources to then place again. Chits and chips fly through his fingers, and it serves to remind you just how well made the pieces really are.
That's my turn. I'm prioritizing fermentation technology, the last step in the cream-making process. Now you go.
You plug your resources into the slots to unlock fancier cream skimmer centrifuges. Soon, you'll be able to make cream faster than Parker.
That's all right. I have more than enough workers for the fermentation process, which you will suffer from.
The turn goes back to Parker, who spends 10 more minutes going through the 5 phases.
I've invested in new technologies. Once my factories are complete, my process will be airtight. Making cream will be a dream.
Your factories, while resource poor, can now skim at a greater rate than Parker's.
What? But I put all my resources into Very well.
You and Parker seem to be neck and neck in cream production and milk gathering. You've made it to the solstice season, where your respective countries' production will finally be scored. At turn 14, you see a critical opening.
Going all in on the final turn. The race is on.
And in the final turn, you ended up with 96 creamery points to Parker's 94.
Well win! You win! I can't outdo the Milkmaster. I will see you next time for our relationships ultimate dice roll. You're here! Oh, we've had so many adventures together, so many fun games. Now, I'm so excited to find out my feelings for you. Are you ready to begin the process? Oh, we need my good friend Chance for this.
I can't believe you're doing this, dude. This is a terrible way to find out your relationships. It should be done through careful, well-thought-out story beats, excellent lore, and a good sense of closure.
I love my dice. I need it. It's part of the rules of my love.
Fine. Here they are. Your relationship dice.
They're beautiful, Chance.
Yep. Okay, so I'm supposed to weight them depending on how you played your games together?
Yes. The human gets extra love points for beating me. And extra hate points for cheating me. I know you're one of the good ones. But even so, there's always the possibility I could still hate you in the end. Roll it, Chance! Roll for our eternal ending together!
Sure, dude. I've got the dice all done up like you wanted.
He holds out the dice to you, presenting them just before your big roll.
We've got a lot of love here. It's...
love! I love you. Oh, wow. I'm so happy. You're the best, Chance. Thank you so much.
Sure, dude. Whatever.
I wish I knew how I felt about him, but he never lets me roll for our relationship.